On tap for this edition of Maverick Postgame, we look back at CMU's trip to Pueblo and give you an update on a key injury that occurred on Saturday.
Plus, we give you a recap of the RMAC men's soccer tournament.
All that and more from the week in CMU sports coming up right now. The old saying goes, you win some, you lose some. Unfortunately for the Mavs, this past weekend resulted in the latter. Welcome to Maverick Postgame. I'm Joe Azar, and alongside me is Bryce Reedy. We take you immediately to the recap of the game on Saturday, where the 16th-ranked CMU Mavs fell short against the 4th-ranked defending national champions CSU Pueblo.
It was definitely a rough one for the Mavericks as they lost 51-20 on Saturday. In the first quarter, Sean Rubcaba went down with an injury and forced in Eric Kaiser for the remainder of the game. Despite being on their second-string quarterback, CMU was able to keep pace with the Thunderwolves through the first half, going into halftime only down 19-17. Thanks to receivers Marcus Hines and running back Jonathan Beverly, who both scored touchdowns in the first half. The second half, though, was a completely different story as the Mavericks allowed 34 points to Pueblo. The McDonald brothers for Pueblo combined to carry the ball a total of 32 times for 267 yards and 4 touchdowns on the day. Kaiser was able to throw for only 113 yards and 1 touchdown, while also throwing 2 interceptions after he took over in the first quarter. 51 points is the most points allowed by CMU's defense all season, surpassing their previous high of 26 points allowed to Western New Mexico.
As previously mentioned, CMU starting quarterback Sean Rubcaba was injured Saturday when his left leg was bent back on a run. He had his knee packed in ice, hopefully to return later in the game. Sadly, the trainer shut down Rubcaba before the second half started, and when he came back out, he was splinted and on crutches. We do not have any further updates on the player's knee, but we wish him a speedy recovery. Like us here in the studio, CMU hopes to have their QB back when they take to the road to face Western State in the regular season finale. The Mountaineers are 4-6 on the season, but are coming off a close win against an impressive Colorado School of Mines squad. Western State averages 37 points per game. The quarterback, Brett Avery, has been impressive through the air, throwing for 2,600 yards plus and 23 touchdowns. Avery has also run for more than 300 yards on the ground. As many points as Western State scores, though, they equally give them up on the defensive end. The defense gives up 33 points, including around 2,300 yards on the ground, something that running back DJ Hubbard certainly likes to hear for the Mavs. Kickoff is set for 1 p.m. at Gunnison. As always, The Point will have a live stream of the game on Saturday, so come out and support your Mavs as they close out the season.
The football team wasn't the only one searching for an RMAC title this weekend, as the men's soccer team opened up RMAC tournament play on Friday against CSU Pueblo. This one got away from the Thunderwolves very early as they allowed a first-half hat trick to Roy Abergil. Moshe Perez later added a 4th goal in the second half to ultimately seal the game and give the Mavericks a 4-0 victory. Both teams had 19 shots as well as 11 shots on goal in the day, but the Mavericks were the only team able to put one in the back of the net. This victory allowed the rematch to take place as the Mavericks got to take on Colorado School of Mines, who was the #1 seed in the tournament. They were also coming into the game undefeated on the year and ranked 8th in the nation. CMU was also forced to play this match without head coach Todd Padgett on the sideline due to yellow cards the team accumulated in the win against Pueblo. The Mavericks were able to score early in this one thanks to Abergil's 4th goal on the weekend. CMU would later take the 1-0 lead into the halftime as they were looking to knock off the Orediggers. However, Mines wasn't going to go away as easily. They managed to score 2 minutes into the second half to tie the game up at 1-1. Then it was Joe Haynes for the Mines who put the game away in the 77th minute on a hard shot to the bottom of the net that sealed the game for Mines and ended the possible upset for the Mavericks. Both teams were able to get 5 shots on goal in this one, but the Mavericks offense was unable to get any kind of rhythm. Abergil, Guineri, Carlson, and Perez were all named to the all-tournament team following the championship match.
Now, as the concerns of the men's soccer national title hopes, we will have further updates. If you want to go online, there will be a stream of the selection process, for the national title tournament tonight. But on Friday, the MAF volleyball team made easy work of the visiting Colorado Christian Cougars, sweeping them in 3 sets. In the second set, Katie Bro became dominant, getting 6 of her game-leading 15 kills. Taylor Woods had a match-high 12 digs, and Ali Savernick finished with a match-high 28 assists. This all set up a showdown at Bronson Arena on Saturday against Colorado School of Mines to determine the regular season champion for the RMAC. It was a 5-set thriller. The Mavericks won the first set 25-19, but unfortunately lost the last set after a back-and-forth matchup, falling in the fifth set 15-11. Katie Brill again put on a solid performance though, grabbing 13 kills on 56 attacks. CMU will now close out the season in front of the amazing Bronson Arena crowd on Friday when they take on RMAC newcomer Westminster on 7 p.m.
Now it's time for our Maverick of the Week, and despite being unable to win the RMAC championship, he was still able to produce at an extremely high level, and that was Roy Abergil. He scored 4 goals on the weekend, including his first half hat trick, as well as was praised by Coach Paget for the leadership that he showed on the trip. So well done to Abergil and the rest of the men's soccer squad.
That is all the time we have for this week. Check back with us next week for all the latest news from the CMU Sports Week. Also, don't forget to go down to Bronson Arena on Friday and the Point on Saturday to cheer on your Mavs as they finish out their seasons. With Bryce Reedy, I am Joe Azar, wishing you all a happy week.